Before I begin with the presentation, I would like to introduce you all to myself. My name is Arjama Dasgupta and I completed my graduation from St. Xavier's in the year 2014. Recently, I completed my Masters from Dasgupta University in International Relations, and just a while back I joined Teach for India as the recruitment lead in the East. Well, today I am here in search of people with extraordinary leadership skills who would take up this challenging job of a fellow in the upcoming 2017 fellowship program. So in the next 30 to 45 minutes, we talk about what the fellowship program looks like and why Teach for India is focusing so much on the fellowship program. We'll also talk a little bit about the education crisis that is taking place in India and also the selectivity rate of Teach for India. Now let's begin. Okay. So what is the first thing that comes into your mind when you see this word light? Yeah. Okay. Brightness, right? Sun, alright. Illumination, okay, right? Yeah, okay. However, in Teach for India, we equate light with something known as potential. Okay? Because Teach for India believes in finding your light, which means discovering your potential. And not only the potential that is present in the students, also the potential that is present in the fellows who are doing this difficult task. Moving on. Now, India as a country, I mean, do you really think that the country has reached its utmost potential? No, right? Absolutely. I just have to tell you that it is not even close to even reaching its potential. And the main reason behind this has been the education crisis that is taking place. Now we'll discuss more about that. So before that, I would like all of you to kindly stand up. Yes, all of you. Okay. Now the first four of you, please take your seat. Right. So imagine yourself as primary school children. And the four of you who sat down right now, you represent that section of the population that do not get the opportunity to go to school. Now this sounds like a very small number, right? A very small percentage. Now the first four rows, please sit down. Now you represent that section of the population that do not complete their primary education. So now you see how the number keeps increasing as the level of education is also increasing. Moving on. Now all of you take your seat except for the last few. Now all of you who sat down right now, let me tell you, you represent that section of the population, that 90% of the population who do not receive higher education or go to college. Now this is a very serious matter. Can you see how high the number is? I mean 90%. This is a very alarming situation, right? And that is why Teach for India is addressing this problem right from its root. The basic reason that we have found out is that one particular section of the population is not receiving quality education, which is why they are not being able to go ahead with their education. So what do we do about this situation? What have we done to address this situation? Leadership. So what we do is we find out people from you guys to act as fellows, that is teachers, who will invest 2 years of their time working in low-income private and government schools providing quality education to these children. That is why our vision is one day all children will attend an excellent education. Can you all repeat after me, please? One day all children will attend an excellent education. If you see this slide clearly, we are focused on the word all and excellent. That is because we believe that each and every child has the right, the basic right to attend excellent education. You know, there are so many schools and so many government aided organizations and government laws that has been made in order to address the situation. But you know what the problem is? The problem is that quality education is lacking among these children. I mean, they do receive education, but it is very poor. The standard is really low. And that is why we want to select people who will actually provide them with the right kind of education. Our mission, as I just explained, to build a movement of leaders who will eliminate education equity in India. Now, who are these leaders? You know, these leaders are people like you. People who have the patience and the determination to actually take up this challenging task. People who actually want to see a positive change in the society. They are the leaders who take forward this movement, invest their 2 years' time, do something meaningful for that part of the population who are in urgent need of help. Now these are some of our ex-fellows. So there is Merlin from Stephens, Jacob, we have Aditi from Oxford, Vishal from Pitts Milani, we have people from corporate as well, Rahul, Deepa from Target, Garima from McKinsey, Karthik from PwC. So all across India, we have fellows from 484 colleges and 828 corporates. Now coming to the selectivity rate, now this is a very important section. Now we know that the fellowship is a very difficult job, and that is why our selection process is also quite challenging and long term, because we want to make sure that we are choosing the right kind of people for this job. And last year we received around 13,500 applications, from which only 1,100 got selected. And this is solely because of the fact that we want great people to do this job, people who have their leadership skills, people who have the patience to deal with such a difficult situation. So the application generally begins online. Now this is a technical aspect of the presentation. You can find the application form in our official website. So you begin with your application process. When your application is evaluated, you go to the assessment center round, and let me tell you, that's a very difficult round, and there are 3 sub-rounds within it. After which you go to the personal interview round. And if you clear all these stages, you get the offer from us for joining the fellowship program. So our applications for the 2017 fellowship program will generally begin in the month of July. And the forms will be available on www.teachforindia.org. You can also find a lot of information regarding Teach for India in general and the fellowship in particular on that website. In the meantime, if you have any doubts or if you want to make any clarifications, you can definitely get back to me. My email address is arjama.dasgupta1992@gmail.com. Feel free to contact me with any doubts or difficulties, and I'll be more than happy to help you with this. Well, that will be all for today, and thanks for dropping by. It was an amazing time. Thank you very much, and have a great day.